Hey everyone, welcome to the show. This podcast is about, well, watching UFC smarter and learning how to bet in a way that actually extracts value from the information you have. Today, I'm joined by Brandon.
Hey.
He's someone who has been betting on UFC for years, watches every single card, uses the Stats Fight app, and actually applies analytics in real decision-making. Brandon, great to have you here.
Hey, thanks for inviting me.
Let's start with the basics. If someone wants to bet on UFC with, maximum value, both pre-match and live, what would you tell them? How do you approach it?
For me, everything is pretty straightforward. I've been betting for years, started with NHL, NBA, MLB, and NFL.
Wow.
But eventually realized that you just don't feel the same intensity there as in MMA. And over time, I came to one simple rule.
Okay.
UFC betting is not intuition. It's analysis. For pre-match bets, I always look at the same core things: record, methods of victory, and quality of opposition. And that's the first thing I open in Stats Fight.
Right.
Because, everything I need is already in one place.
Let's break that down. How exactly do you analyze a fight before placing a bet?
Okay, so the first step is the Stats Fight rating. It's the fighter rating that shows their overall strength based on technique, record, and the level of their opponents. And here's the fun part. Sometimes a sports book gives a fighter, very low odds.
Yeah, a clear favorite.
Right. But in Stats Fight, his rating is only, say, 89 to 92. And that's where I start digging.
Oh, okay.
Why does the sports book see a clear favorite while the stats tell a very different story? And the opposite happens too. A fighter has high odds, but the rating is really strong. Those moments are where the value hides.
What about technique? A lot of our listeners, they might not fully get what the technical arsenal screen is.
It's one of the best tools in the app. The technical arsenal shows the fighter's technical profile.
Okay.
Their strengths in striking, wrestling, control, submissions, across all phases of the fight. You're not just seeing head strikes, body strikes. You see how a fighter behaves in distance, clinch, and on the ground. For example, one guy is explosive on the feet, another is a pressure grappler, a third is a pure counter striker. Pre-match betting on this stuff is like playing chess. You can predict how the fight will unfold long before it starts. And honestly, that gives me a huge advantage over people who bet based on feel.
Now, let's talk live betting. A lot of people say UFC live bets have the biggest potential. Do you agree?
Absolutely. And here, I rely on two key tools in Stats Fight. First, the G-Fight scale. This one is essential. G-Fight is a live probability scale that shows who's winning the round based on real-time stats. And what's cool is this. Sometimes the odds haven't updated yet, but the G-Fight scale is already showing a clear momentum shift: pressure, pace, significant strikes, control. If the scale shows a strong advantage and the odds are still high, that's a gift. That's when I place my live bets. Second, the AI judge. This tool is a total game changer. A round may look like a draw on TV.
Right.
But then you check Stats Fight, and the AI judge has already scored it clearly for one fighter. Or you think your favorite is leading, and the AI judge gives the round to the other guy. Those discrepancies are exactly where I find live value.
You also mentioned that playing fantasy in Stats Fight helps you train for real betting. How so?
Oh, fantasy is honestly super fun. You build a team for the event. You pick fighters, choose not just the winner, but the method,
Okay.
and even define why the fighter wins: striking, wrestling, or control. My favorite part is competing with other players. Climbing levels, collecting cards, completing achievements. It's addictive. And the coolest thing is, fantasy actually develops your analytical thinking. It's basically a free simulation for real betting.
So describe your typical fight night. You watch every fight live?
Pretty much, yeah. I rarely miss UFC. I have the TV on and Stats Fight open on my phone. During the fight, I'm simultaneously watching the G-Fight dynamic, checking the AI judge's round scoring,
Wow.
and comparing both with the live odds. Sometimes the broadcast is super confusing.
Yeah.
In those moments, I just rely entirely on the numbers.
And your main piece of advice for someone who wants to bet on UFC profitably?
Don't bet blindly. Don't bet because you like the fighter. And always check 1. The stats fight rating, the true fighter level. 2. The technical arsenal. Who's stronger where? 3. The record. Who they fought and how they won. And 4. In live, G-Fight and the AI judge. If you combine all this, you see the fight not through emotions,
Right.
but through data. And that's a huge difference.
Last question. What would you miss most if Stats Fight disappeared?
Convenience. Right now, in 2 seconds, I can get the fight dynamic, fighter rating, technique, history, and the probabilities. Without it, I'd have to search for everything manually, videos, tables, scattered stats on Google. That takes a ridiculous amount of time.
Brandon, thank you so much. You've shared exactly the kind of practical, data-driven approach that people rarely hear about in UFC bettings.
Sure.
I'm sure this will help a lot of listeners understand that you can make money on UFC, but only if you view the fight not emotionally, but analytically.
Thanks for having me. Happy if this helps.
Now, here's a question we'd like you to think about. The next time you watch a fight, try to ignore the commentary and just watch the action. Then compare your own impression of who won the round with the final stats. How often do your feelings match the data?